Welcome you to yet another interesting edition of AM Cafe on Osbc TV. We want to thank you for joining us all the time from all the channels that are picking our signals from. My name is TV01 and today, as usual, we have something to discuss as we normally bring a guest on the show on this guest platform of AM Cafe. Today, a lot of people, there are reactions here and there about subsidy removal, the inaugural speech of Mr. President when he was welcoming us on board. He mentioned something that the subsidy is gone. Has he removed it? When is it going to take effect? Do we have anything to enjoy when the subsidy is removed? What are the demerits of removing the subsidy? Would it have been better if it has been removed before now? These and all other questions are what we're going to trash this morning on the show, and I have with me in the studio Mr. Yemi Badru. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine, ma.
Thank you for joining us on the show. First of all, let us look at subsidy itself. What does it mean?
Good morning, viewers at home. Thanks for the opportunity again, ma.
You're welcome.
Fuel subsidy or subsidizing fuel cost is a government intervention to reduce the cost of buying petroleum products. And it's applicable everywhere in the world, because instead of you buying at the real price, at the real cost of refining, government tells you to pay part of it so as to alleviate the burden of heavy payment. So that is what is called fuel subsidy.
Okay. So when we talk about fuel subsidy, in Nigeria, government has been putting some amount of money into it, at least to alleviate some suffering from us. And there has been this agitation that it should be removed right from the time of President Goodluck Jonathan. But there was some counter opinion about it then, that they should not remove fuel subsidy then because it is scam. Yeah, that's the word then. It is scam. It should not be removed. They want to put the masses into penury, poverty. I think they want to improvise the masses and things like that. Only for the administration of PMB to come in and say that they want to remove fuel subsidy. But there were counter opinions then too. But now, the new President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has said that fuel subsidy, he even said it's gone, will be removed. What's your take on this?
Yeah, thank you so much, ma. Well, I want to say that all government policies are public intended. Like I've reiterated on this program before, that for everyone in business, there are two intentions they have. The first is credit maximization, and second one is profit maximization. Rich men want to have more, and that's why everybody in business will want to think of a way of getting more. Now, resources that have been subsidized, fuel are natural resources that God has blessed us with. Of course, government spend a lot of money to refine them, because all of us, we agree with the fact that most of our refineries, or virtually all our refineries, are not in good condition. They are not working.
They are not working.
Now, so they have to send these products abroad to be refined and bring them back to be used, I mean, for consumption. Now, so government now felt that it is only a few set of people, the privileged among us, the rich, that are getting this contract, that are receiving this money meant for subsidy. But anyway, I may not know their, we may not know their real intentions, you understand? But all I can say is that, of course, it should be for public, benefit. But every of government's policy should also have human face. You understand? The former president wanted to implement it, which is President Goodluck Jonathan. He was advised, but he also, retreated and discovered that the populace will suffer for it, because government is for everyone, both the rich and the poor. They are governing both the rich and the poor, and they can't say that everybody has the same financial means per time. So President Buhari too was advised, but he couldn't implement it because he has to consider a lot of factors. Now, when our new president came, he said it's gone, but to some of us, he will have had an interface. You understand? Because a lot of things should be considered out of the workforce. Is it the same salary that has been that workers have been collecting for years? Is it the same salary that will sustain this one? Now, for you to travel from here to Ibadan,
cost you more.
Cost you more.
To bring products from the farm.
Yes, ma'am. I was coming from Abuja yesterday. They were telling us that Abuja to Osogbo is about 20 something thousand. Something that we used to pay 12,000 naira for. So those are some of the things that government should have considered. But the pronouncement of removing the subsidy, I think is for public benefit, but it should have had better human face. That's just the only thing I want to say.
Thank you. Let's look at the time that President Goodluck Jonathan wanted to remove it. Would it not have been better if it was removed then?
Honestly, it would have been better.
When things were...
It would have been better. We would have adjusted to that lifestyle. And by now, everyone will have... But I'm so surprised that some of those who kick against it then, who said it's fraud, this and that, because there were protests.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, I was, watching some of the historical events there. Some of them are also supporting it now. Because it's now like a reality, because for 3 presidents in a row to say, I want to remove this, we should remove this, it's not helping us. I think they are to government, it will benefit us more if it is removed. So if it has been removed, then we will have adjusted to that lifestyle. And we will know that we are buying our products perhaps at a higher price, you understand? And for our own benefit, maybe, because what is being canvassed is that if that first subsidy is removed, then there will be so many the proceeds, as in what is supposed to be given to the few persons who are importing, and as in who are importing, will be used to develop our local refineries. Well, let's watch. I see.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yemi Badru. Let's look at the new refinery in Lagos now. How much effect is it going to have on us when it comes to petroleum products in Nigeria?
Well, thank you so much.
The subsidy removal too.
Thank you so much, ma. I believe that the two will impact us positively. Well, in the aspect of first subsidy removal, we want to reserve my comment on that. But honestly, I don't see it practicable now, and I don't think this is the right time for that to be removed, because people are really agonizing. The effect it will have will not only be limited to motorists, will not be limited to, it will affect all aspects of our human life. In fact, even landlords will tell you that no, we need as a fuel as, you understand? Now people will give for sarcastic reasons. Even people who are selling vegetable in the market will tell you that, see, we pay heavily to bring this product from the farm, and that is the truth. That's the fact. Because yesterday I observed in an unusual way, the roads were deserted. If you see long queues from Abuja, if you see long queues at the filling station, and by the time they were selling at a skyrocketing price, 600 naira per liter at some place, for some 550 and the like. So definitely we should expect. Now, how will someone who has been feeding on 30,000, let's assume per minimum wage, how will such a person be able to cope?
How will he survive?
How will he survive?
A family man.
A family man. How will he? Now, rent will surely go up. Transportation will surely, I think now, if you don't even have anything to do outside your jurisdiction, you better stay. Oh, and if you are not careful, you understand, some of these things promote. Let's just leave that side for now.
Thank you so much. The Trade Union Congress and NLC have kicked against it.
Yes.
What's your take on this too?
Well, I think it's better for them to,
because I can remember when President Goodluck Jonathan said the same thing. We were at home for days, protesting.
Yes, ma'am.
So they have now kicked against it.
Well, for the good of common masses, for the good of their own colleagues, I think it's better for them to raise it, because there are a lot of issues to be discussed. One thing I have observed with our nation is that we don't provide, let me say, palliative. We don't take some interest into consideration before we invoke our policies, because I think that affected us even under the previous government. One day, government just woke up and said, okay, borders should be closed. Now, not minding or considering the effect it will have on the populace, not putting in place at least an intervention program, because at least you will consider whether we are ripe for it, whether there is something to fall on. I remember vividly, by the time that pronouncement was made, the prices of rice and commodities, you understand, as in went high. Up till now, how many of us can afford to buy cars? You understand? You know the cost of bringing them in. Now, the same thing is what I envisage now, because somebody who, for instance, who has been living on 30,000, 50,000, and such a person, let's say with this epileptic power supply, will need to buy fuel for generator. Now, how many liters will such a person have the ability of buying? Now, and we shouldn't forget the fact that communication is part of our life. Somebody like that, we want to charge. You understand? What of the impact it will have on other business purposes? For instance, those who basically have to use fuel or fuel products for their businesses. I'm talking of welders. I'm talking of barbers and the like. I'm talking of those who are into frozen business. How will they survive when there is no light? Yes, I came in yesterday night. There was no light. I needed to charge my phone because I need to communicate. But how many of us will be able to afford it? So it is better for workers to ask for their rights, you understand, to be protected as well.
Thank you very much. Some groups said that federal government normally spend 1.243 trillion naira monthly as fuel subsidy, and the question now is that, can't governments make use of the money they waste on some other things, on the things that they do not need, because they believe that our government sometimes they are wasteful. The monies that are not needed for some project that they are doing, why can't they divert such money and say this is for the subsidy and do not remove it now for the masses? Do you go along with that?
Well, I agree with them. One fact government should understand is that government everywhere in the world subsidize things, not only fuel, subsidize products for their people. As workers in government business, they even subsidize rent. Now, if they can subsidize in some area, why will it be difficult for them to subsidize for the whole Nigerian? Workers that are benefiting from rent subsidy, I feel set of people who have voted. Because when it comes to election or voting, all Nigerians above the 18 years must vote or should vote. So it means that it is not only workers that have brought them to power. So I agree with the fact that there should be other. For instance, see the amount we waste, or government waste, on legislative activities. How many times do they sit? There are so many considerations, there are so many bills, there are so many things that they are not doing. You see us, there was a time they were voting billions for renovation of a building that is not dilapidating. We want to renovate our National Assembly. I've been there countless times, and I said that this building, this place is beautiful, more beautiful than many of our state buildings. You understand? Even beautiful than even our so-called governor's office. But the fact is that because we are wasteful, I wouldn't want to mention the name of the organization. One organization of recent constructed this, headquarter building, at the rate of about 350 something billion. Are we not? Is that not insane? Can we as persons want to build our own house, just one house, for 350 something billion naira? Will I want to build one house for 9 billion naira? If we can economize with personal properties, in spending on personal properties, why can't we economize on others? And why must it be common masses that will bear the brunt? That's just the question.
Thank you so very much. Now let's we've been saying it too, but I'm sure that our viewers at home will want to really listen to you on what the demerits of removing it will be. Effect on the common masses, even on students, the unborn children.
Yes.
What will be the effect if it is totally removed?
Well, I want to believe that if it's totally removed, we are told that it is even removed, because the president said it's gone. When something is gone, it's removed. Well, it's going to affect all work, all aspects of life for now, or let me say all aspects of our lifestyles. You understand? Let me just use that for this, and definitely it will bring untold hardship. That's my own opinion, because it will take us time for us to adjust. Now, and except government will even increase, because this will lead to demands. Demand for increment in wages and salary, demand for subsidies in other aspects of life. Now, it will affect the common masses. They are the ones that will suffer it most. Now, the prices of food will go on high. Even the cost of a medical exactly will be because everybody will want to, and even education, the cost of education will go high, because those in the private institutions we feel it. Even those in government, because they have to maintain. I'm sorry to say, even this institution, because the cost of buying fuel to run your programs, I'm so sorry to say, will also go high. So every aspect of our life will be affected. It will be affected, whether we like it or not, whether we want to hear the truth or say the truth or not. It will be affected.
The president only said fuel subsidy is removed. He has not removed it. Mere listening to his speech, all filling stations, some locked up their stations. The prices went up just like that, skyrocketed overnight, and even if you get to any filling station now, some of them did not even open up. Our roads are so deserted, like you said. To get to work is even a serious issue for some people. Many of us have parked their vehicles at home because there's no fuel. You can't even get it. Even at that rate, you want to get it, you cannot. People are now asking, where can I get it? Why is it that Nigerians when we hear anything about fuel, anything pim like this, we just we give it a shot immediately, not even minding the effect on the people. And if it were to be for them to say, okay, oh, they have reduced the price of pump, they would not reverse their meter would not be, you know, regulated. Why is our filling station proprietors, let me call them that, yeah, why are they that? Are they wicked?
Thank you so much.
They want to make money.
Thank you so much.
At the expense of Nigerians.
Thank you so much. Well, I want to. I'll be blunt here. I answered the same question yesterday, jokingly. I said it's because our value for human life is not good. If we have a high value for human lives, definitely, this will not be done. And you remember that when I started speaking this morning, I said that people in business always have these two mentalities: wealth maximization and profit maximization. Now, I believe that immediately they had the president saying that virtually all the filling stations, shut down, because they have gotten they have products which were bought on the whole price. You understand? Ordinarily, if we have good value system, they will, and if we are not, if we are integrity conscious, we want to dispense that at the old price. You understand? Government has not sold a new, products to them at the new price.
Exactly.
So, but they felt that the ones they have before is better for them to make a high gain. You understand? Because they have them in their stock. That's why some government are like, we have not even announced this thing. We have not even, there is no document. There is no document backing it up yet. But the next thing, they have to shut down to wait for announcements to be made on it. And yesterday, when announcement was made, they gladly opened and dispensed what they have bought, under the old pricing regime. In a new, what do we call it? You understand? In a new price. And it's, people have to groan. I believe that it's satanic, barbaric. It's corruption personified. Oh, that's just it's wrong.
Corruption personified.
Exactly. It's wrong. It's wickedness.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yemi Badru. On this note, we want to thank you so much. Alejowa Akinye Kujoko. Ẹ̀sìnkáàbọ̀ yẹn wá bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ń wò wá. Àlejò wa wọn ṣe àlejò rárá. Ọ̀rẹ́ wa ni wọ́n, ará ilé náà ni wọ́n. Àwọn ni Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yemi Badru tí wọ́n jẹ́ adarí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àbí lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yíyọ owó ìrànwọ́ epo eléyìí tí ààrẹ tuntun tí wọ́n gbẹ́nu lé bí wọ́n ti ń ka àpilẹ̀kọ wọn láti borí bí wọ́n ṣe gba ìkúdà ìṣàkóso orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà nínú àpilẹ̀kọ wọn ó jáde níbẹ̀ gbàrà tọ́rọ̀ yìí sì jáde bóyá tẹ̀ ti yọ ni o bóyá tẹ̀ tí ìyọ ìrànwọ́ orí epo kúrò ní níṣẹ́ làwọn ilé epo ni wọ́n gbé ilé epo wọn tì tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ta epo ní ọ̀wọ́n gbogbo ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín náà yíyọ ìrànwọ́ owó orí epo ǹjẹ́ owó epo gan ju tẹ̀ nírànwọ́ gan pàápàá torí kò yé àwọn kan èwo tó máa ń pè ní owó ìrànwọ́ orí epo ẹ ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún wa. ẹ
ṣeun olóòtú lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ náà ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ jìkà tí òjì kọ́rùn ò yẹ.
àpèpẹ́ fọlọ́run.
àwọn òótọ́ ni wípé ìjọba wọ́n máa ń ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ láti jẹ́ kí iye tá à ń ra epo kó rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn. wọ́n ti ń ṣe lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé ló sì ń ṣe nítorí pé tí wọ́n bá ní kán máa tà fún wa níye tí wọ́n ń fọ́ epo tí wọ́n ń fọ́ àwọn epo wa yóò gara ju bá a ṣe rò lọ ṣùgbọ́n nítorí wípé ìjọba rò wípé kí ara bá lè rọ mẹ̀kúnnù wọ́n ń ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ láti ṣe àfikún owó ìtorí pé wọ́n rí wípé kò sí ọ̀nà tí a fi lè lágbára láti gbé bùkátà rẹ̀ tabanikẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan so bó sì yẹ kó wà náà ní tíjọba wà fún nù nítorí pé ìjọba máa ń ran aráàlú lọ́wọ́ náà ni èrèdí ìjọba náà ni wípé ibi tágbára wọ̀ bá ti tó gẹ́gẹ́ bí aráàlú ẹ ràn mí lọ́wọ́ ìjọba ń ṣe lóòótọ́ tí wọ́n ń pè ní ọ̀rọ̀ fuel subsidy náà tí wọ́n ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ nù ìrànwọ́ orí epo.
ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ nígbà ààrẹ wa ní àwọn yọ ìrànwọ́ orí epo yìí tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá sì gbàgbé nígbà tí ààrẹ Goodluck Jonathan bẹ́ẹ̀ ní òní wọn láwọn yọ àwọn kan dìde wọn ní òṣìṣì ààrẹ nígbà ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari ààrẹ àná táwọn náà sọ àwọn náà ò ní ṣe ó ṣe wá jẹ́ ní ìsìn ààrẹ Tinubu àwọn ò tí ẹ̀ bẹ̀ṣùbẹ̀gbà àwọn kan sọ náà ni kò sí ti jẹ́ owó ìrànwọ́ orí epo mọ́ kò sí ṣé kò sí ẹ kó rí nù.
olóòtú èmi ò ròyìn pé ó yẹ kíjọba kan pàṣẹ irú rẹ̀ nítorí pé ká bá ní ká wo àdídùn ẹ̀fọ̀n àrò adé egun èmi mọ̀ pé tíjọba ń rò ní wípé owó táwọn ń ná láti ran aráàlú lọ́wọ́ ó pọ̀ àti wípé àwọn èèyàn kan ló dàbí ẹni wípé wọ́n ń kó fa àwọn ìrànlọ́wọ́ náà ṣùgbọ́n ó yẹ kíjọba kọ́kọ́ ìtorí ìjọba tuntun ni ó yẹ kọ́kọ́ wo ẹnu ilẹ̀ kọ́ wo ẹnu ọkọ́ kí wọ́n wo ọ̀nà tí yóò gbà pé aráàlú torí pé kì í ṣe ìjọba tá a ti ní tẹ́lẹ̀ ìjọba tó ẹsẹ̀ ń dé ni wọ́n sì wo ọ̀nà tó jẹ́ wípé yóò gbà kó bá aráàlú àwọn nǹkan méjèèjì lèèyàn máa ń gbé wò sáwọn èèyàn tí mò ń bọ̀ wá so lórí wọn ṣé tí mo bá ṣe kinní yóò ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tàbí tí mo bá ṣe kinní yóò kó bá wọn àwọn nǹkan tèmi rò pọ̀ yẹ kíjọba kó kọ́kọ́ rò kì í ṣe pé mo kàn dé bíi kéèyàn sọ pé mo fẹ́ fẹ́yàwó mo sì fẹ́ yàwó ńlẹ́ ní o ìwọ ìyàwó o ò ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ kankan mọ́ ẹbí kankan mọ́ ó dàṣẹ nu ibì kan láti bí ẹni tí a fẹ́ àwọn ìrìn àjò kan lẹ́ni yẹn rìn tó rìn débi tó dé àwọn èèyàn kan ló ti bá pàdé tó ti ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún nínú ìrìn àjò ayé ẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan lèyìn ó rò irú ẹ̀kọ́ wo gan ló ti ní tẹ́lẹ̀ bóyá ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé kò sí ẹ̀ kúrò lẹ́yìn àwọn òbí ẹ̀ rí ni so ara àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kí ìjọba náà rònú ẹ̀yin èèyàn o ẹ ti yàn mí o mo ti dé o kọ́kọ́ mọ ibi tí bàtà ti ń tàwọn èèyàn lẹ́sẹ̀ kí wọ́n wò wípé ṣé owó oṣù táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ń gbà ṣé ó tó wọn ná tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣó tó gbé bùkátà ìpinnu tuntun tí àwọn fẹ́ ní àti wípé ṣé n táwọn fẹ́ ṣe yìí ṣé kò ní kó bá àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ṣé kò ní kó bá àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ ṣé kò ní kó bá àwọn ìyálọ́jà àwọn kan bẹ tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo tó ń tà nílùú Òṣogbo wọn ò dé kòkó tó lọ rà iye tó fi gbé wá tẹ́lẹ̀ kọ́ ni yóò jẹ́ iye tó máa fi gbé wá nísìn so gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yìí ló yẹ kí èmi ò rò wípé téèyàn ò bẹ́fọ̀n ní kinní kan kó sì yọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí kó sì máa kán nípò.
ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́ bàbá wa ní yíyọ tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ wa ní àwọn yọ ìrànwọ́ orí epo ẹ̀ ti ń dọ́gbọ́n sọ náà ni àwọn tó ṣeé ṣe àkóbá tó ṣeé ṣe kó ṣe fún wa ẹ bá wa nà ń bẹ̀ díẹ̀ ara àwọn àkóbá díẹ̀ tó lè ṣe fún wa.
ẹ ṣe olóòtú gẹ́gẹ́ bí èrò ti tèmi èmi ò rò wípé àsìkò tí ì tó fún irú nǹkan báwọn tí èèyàn bá jẹun yóò tán tó tán mo gbàgbọ́ wípé ìjọba wọ́n ní èrò tó dáa lọ́kàn fún aráàlú torí gbogbo ìpinnu ìjọba láti jẹ́ kó dáa fún wa sí ni ṣùgbọ́n gbà tí ó yẹ ká wá rò báyìí wípé lásìkò tá a wà yìí yóò ṣe àkóbá ju dáadáa tá a fẹ́ kó ṣe lọ alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ owó ọjà ọ̀wọ́n o ìtorí pé especially àwọn nǹkan jíjẹ tá à ń jẹ lójoojúmọ́ bíi ata ni nǹkan oko ni bíi ẹ̀fọ́ ewédú ewébẹ̀ wọ́n o ìtorí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa là ló kó mọ́ àwọn nǹkan yìí àwọn tó sì wà lóko ló ń kó wá sígboro owó tí wọ́n fi ń kó wá tẹ́lẹ̀ owó mọ́tò yóò wọ̀n ká sì rò dáadáa nítorí pé tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ibi tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ètí mo rà epo tí mo rà tẹ́lẹ̀ 235 naira 245 naira bá a ṣe rà tẹ́lẹ̀ nu ó wá bọ́ sí 500 and kí ló ń pè mí mọ̀ ní Yorùbá o ẹ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ 600 naira gan so ẹ̀ka máa rò pé àbí times 2 ìdá méjì ìta ń san tẹ́lẹ̀ àbí ìlọ́po méjì ìta ń san lówó mọ́tò tẹ́lẹ̀ now àwọn tó wá tí wọ́n fi agbára káká kó ọjà wọn wá sí gbòòrò tí wọn ò fẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ tiwọn náà kó parun àti jẹ ìdílé tiwọn náà parun wọ́n fowó lé o èké nínú àwọn láńlọ́ọ̀dù náà àwọn náà fowó lé o a máa tara wa jẹ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ businesses ni ó wà ni ó faragbá lásìkò táwa èrò àwọn tó jẹ́ pé iṣẹ́ wọn ò lè ṣe kán máa lo epo àwọn tó ń ta nǹkan ẹja nǹkan tútù
àwọn tí ń lọ ta gan
àwọn tí ń lọ ta àwọn tí ń pè wẹ́dà àwọn ajórin gbogbo wọn ní ó faragbá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ní ó faragbá àwọn kí náà ń pè àwọn taxi ìgboro òṣìṣẹ́ tí ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ faragbá ọmọ iléèwé faragbá àwọn tó ń lọ sí iléèwé aládàáni wọn faragbá.
kí wàá lẹ ní kí ìjọba ó ṣe báyìí.
ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba wa a kì í a mọ̀ pé tiwa náà lẹ́yìn ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jọ ẹ bá wa dẹ̀ díẹ̀ lásìkò tá a wà yìí tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ dẹ́kun ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ètò tí ó rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn àwọn nǹkan tí ó jẹ́ kára tù wá tí ó jẹ́ kí ìpinnu kó lè ṣeé ṣe fún wa ẹ jẹ́ kó wà in place.
àwọn kan tiẹ̀ sọ wípé owó tíjọba ń ná owó rọ̀gùnrọ̀gùn ni eléyìí tíjọba ti fẹ́ fi yọ owó rọ̀ wọ́n irú àwọn owó kan wà tó yẹ pé àkànmọ́ ná àmọ́ bà ná owó ni kí ló dé tíjọba òmùrú àwọn owó tí wọ́n bà náà kí wọ́n darí rẹ̀ sọ́nà bíi.
mo gbà pẹ̀lú àwọn tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn owó tá a fi ń ṣe ìjọba ó pọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀sìn ní ntí ẹnìkan lè ṣe iṣẹ́ èèyàn márùn fún ibi tí ẹnìkan ti lè ṣiṣẹ́ èèyàn márùn à ń gbá èèyàn márùn àbí èèyàn mẹ́wàá láti ṣe gómìnà kan nílẹ̀ ẹjẹ kó sọ gómìnà Wike ó yan ọgbà àwọn kẹlẹ́mọ́ pé àwọn olùrànlọ́wọ́ tó pọ̀ ó gba thousands àwọn ẹgbẹẹgbẹ̀rún ojú kò mú ro gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹẹgbẹ̀rún yìí náà ni ó gbowó ìtorí pé ìlànà ohun tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe fẹ́ẹ́ nìkọ̀ọ̀kan tó bá ń gba irúṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan báyẹn ìlànà ó gba àwọn ẹgbẹẹgbẹ̀rún ní local government kọ̀ọ̀kan kò mọ́gbọ́dá ni owó tá a fi ń ṣe ètò kí ni wọ́n ń pè ilé aṣòfin wa ó pọ̀ a lè dínkù gómìnà ń lọ bì kan ó kó èèyàn ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ àbí èèyàn 100 lọ ó kó mọ́tò 20 lọ mọ́tò 50 lọ gbogbo ẹ̀ la lè reduce kí ni wọ́n lọ ṣe ṣé ibi tí wọ́n lọ mọ́tò 5 ò lè tẹ̀lé wọn èyí tí wọ́n ṣe ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe successfully níbi tí wọ́n ń lọ àwọn èèyàn wọn kan àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti fi síjọba kan náà tàbí àwọn ìjọba kan náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀ for instance wọ́n fẹ́ lọ local government wọ́n fẹ́ lọ blessing wọ́n fẹ́ lọ òkè ìlà àbí ìlà wọ́n láwọn èèyàn tíjọba ti yàn síbẹ̀ wọ́n tẹ̀wọ́ gbà wọ́n ohun tó fẹ́ ṣe wọ́n fún wọn ní wọ́n á gbárùkù tì wọ́n níbẹ̀ mo gbàgbọ́ wípé ó yẹ kí wọ́n dín ká dín àwọn ìnáwó àwọn ibi tí à ń kówó tá à ń náwó lé lórí ẹ má jẹ́ yíyà wá lẹ́nu wọ́n lè lẹ́nìkan ṣe ọjọ́ bí bẹ̀rù kán lọ ná 5 billion naira lé lórí abẹ́ni sáà wọ́n ní wọ̀ pé èèyàn wá ní àwọn owó kákọ́ mú nàkúnà kúrò ká wá lò wọ́n sára lù tó dìbò fún wa sáwọn ló yẹ kó jìyà ẹ̀ ní.
nítorí pé àwọn kan sọ wípé pẹ̀lú tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe olówó òwúlẹ̀ mọ́ lówó sí ni.
wọ́n mọ lówó sí o
tálákà ó sì mọ tálákà sí náà.
àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní repo wọ́n ní repo gbogbo àwọn tá a yàn sípò fún ọdún 4 míì báyìí ìjọba ní òrèpò fún wọn.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yemi Badru. What's your word of advice for the government and the masses on this fuel subsidy removal?
Thanks. We want to advise our government to please take people's benefits into consideration. At this point, fine, we agree with the fact that you have good intentions, but let there be palliatives if it must be done. Underline, if it must. And if you can also consider the fact that there should be a lot of deliberations and discussions, there should be a lot of engagements with people in all walks of life, not only the artisans, not only the white collar jobbers, but everybody. And I also want to appeal to the populace to please take it easy with government. I believe that the deliberations and discussions are going on. Like yesterday, NLC and others, had discussions with government. Please, let's still be law-abiding, in quest for a better Nigeria. I understand the fact that we are, all affected at the moment. You understand? We are feeling the heat, but notwithstanding, I want us to still have faith in our government that they will surely consider our plight and work on our common benefits.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emibaju. You said it all for me. He has advised the president, and he has given us his own advice to us, the masses. I'll just talk to Mr. President that please, as Mr. Emibaju has said, find a means of cushioning the effects of what you have just pronounced, and make available some palliatives for us. Have some deliberations on it. And to all of us out there, let us always gather together every time to pray for this country at home, in our places of work, in schools, in the market, wherever we find ourselves. Let us always say, God bless Nigeria. Good morning.